go from homeless to home ownership. Veterans should not have to suffer because agents don't know how to connect a homeless veteran with real estate, but it goes together. A homeless veteran with resources can rent an apartment, depending on the resource they have. It could be a HUD-VASH voucher. It could be any SSVF form of resource. It could be anything. It could be a pre-approval. When I tell people veterans have resources to move, all it takes is for a realtor to know how to use those resources.
And that's what we're going to talk about today. And one of the main resources that veterans receive once they get qualified for that is a HUD-VASH voucher. They also receive funding from agencies that are called SSVF organizations. Those are your supportive services for veteran families. These organizations for 2026 are 235 organizations that have received a whopping $818 million to help house homeless veterans and a number of other things that veterans go through as needy people, being homeless, you know. So my name is Yvette Jones Swanson, and I am the National Veterans Homeless Housing Advocate and Consultant. I've been a realtor now for 26 years. I've been housing homeless veterans for 22 years as a realtor, and I've been helping and training other people how to do the same. So today, and this is called the 15-minute boots on the ground end of my day roundup. What does a person who holds the title of the National Veterans Homeless Housing Advocate do on a daily basis behind the scenes? Well, a lot. And that's why we're here, so I can teach you and inform you on how to do the same thing. I'm only one person. And let me tell you something. I have never, and I'm going to say this out probably a lot because it is what it is. I have never shared how I house homeless veterans in all this time. And the reason I've never shared that is, well, I tried to share it once when I wrote the class to teach legal issues in the HCV Housing Choice Voucher Section 8 program to realtors here in the Chicagoland area and the surrounding suburbs. But other than that, I've never taught anyone how to do what I do because it was too busy. Now, I did teach agents in the offices that I managed because we had assignments, and those assignments were to house those homeless veterans who came through our double doors. But since then, nothing. It has gone silent from my end because I've always been in the field. I've always been boots on the ground housing homeless veterans. I didn't have time to stop and put all of that information into books like I have now. I have a series. It's called U.S. Military Veterans Educational and Resources Guidebook Series. And anything you want to do, you want to house homeless veterans, you want to help homeless veterans, you want to help your community help homeless veterans, then it's in one of my books. You want to start a shared living for homeless veterans, I have several models to learn from in this book. Pardon the light. I'm still trying to get my lighting together. For realtors, a realtor's blueprint, the veteran's path to home, navigating the journey from homeless to home ownership. Finding Home. It is a national resource guide to support homeless veterans. It helps you find resources for that veteran you say is homeless. Veterans from Boots to Business, Finding Your Passion in Business and AI. This book will be released next month. Collaborative Housing Solutions for Homeless Veterans. This book is for social workers, case managers, human care professionals, and first responders. helping veterans transition from homeless to stable housing. And it's a program guide that you can use on a daily basis. Veteran care entrepreneurship. This is a guide to a successful veteran care home for Atlanta, Georgia, but you can interchange Atlanta, Georgia with any city, any state, because I teach you how to do that using AI. This book is specific for Chicago veterans. It's coming out once I find a major sponsor so that we can give away 500 to 1,000. If it's a major sponsor, we can give away 10,000 of these books to the Chicago veterans. So that's what I've been doing actively, full-time, working in the field, boots on the ground, opening doors, selling houses, renting apartments to veterans. I've been sitting here putting all the information that I have over the past 22 years in my publications. So any questions that you have is probably found. The answer is probably found 9 times out of 10 in one of these publications. Or put 2 and 2 together and you'll find that answer. So what happened today? Not much. I got my hair done. I like it. Something simple. But I put my return label on, I believe, 8 letters that went out to senators, 2 senators, Senator Tammy Duckworth, another senator here in Aurora, Senator Ellman, Senator Richard Durbin, Representative somebody else, and another congressman, another senator. So all of these letters went out to our political congressional party for one veteran and his family. And the reason these letters went out to these political heads of state, head of government, whatever government chair they sit in, is because I figure like this. We have homeless veterans in their city, in their state, maybe on their streets, because some of our homeless veterans do sleep in tents and in their cars, in their trucks, or wherever they can get. So to get out of the inclement weather, or just to be someplace so that they can sleep. But they don't know, and they probably don't know what really happens to this $818 million that is circulating amongst these 235 SSVF organizations. And they probably don't know that our veterans who have a HUD-VASH voucher are being discriminated against, or they're being denied even before they get to apply because their credit check is not 675 from the email I received 2 days ago from Charlottesville, Virginia, or that their rental history has gaps in it, or that they have, oh my goodness, what was it? Credit check, background check, eviction check, and just, even before they get in, they're already denied. So that's what's happening with one of my senior female veterans, 70 years of age, a few tours of duty. 100%. Is she 100%? I know she's not 100% service connected. She has a voucher, a 2-bedroom voucher, sleeping in a tent, still sleeping in a tent, in her truck with her aide, and she's got a 2-bedroom voucher. You might ask, and you can probably see behind me, over 5,000 veterans served. It's over 5,000 veterans housed. And they were housed because they have resources. They came with HUD-VASH vouchers, or they came with funding from an SSVF organization, or they didn't have funding, and I helped them find resources so that they can get housed. Also would help them find transitional housing. How can local communities get involved? Easy. Learn, go to my website, go to my bio and buy the books to learn. all of the information that I've written for the past 22 years, whatever it is you want your community to learn. You have a community of social workers, case managers, get this book. You have a community, just like yourself. This book, Finding Home, helps the community help those homeless veterans. You have to read and educate yourself. So I always say these one-off questions is not going to answer everything that you need to know. That's why I wrote these books. That's why books and educational resources are written, so you can get them and read. So I'm here sharing with you what goes on in the community. You want to help, get my encyclopedia of veterans resource guidebooks and learn. And thank you for your time. So this application in my hand was sent to me by the homeless female veteran in Virginia. Now, mind you, I am a realtor. I've been a realtor for 26 years. I've been housing homeless veterans for 22 in all types of housing situations. Veterans who lived in U-Haul facilities, veterans who slept in their vehicles. I have a veteran who lived in Grants Park, Chicago. I'm like, how did you ever pull that off? So it's up to the community to learn. It's up to the community to learn. I'm here to share with you that I've been doing it for 22 years, and here are the resources for you to learn yourself. So I want to talk to my realtors today. And this book right here, along with the class, A Realtor's Blueprint, The Veteran's Path to Home, Navigating the Journey from Homelessness to Home Ownership, was approved by the IDFPR, the Illinois Department Financial Rules and Professional Regulations, something like that. It's the long title, just like my books. So this Realtor's Blueprint, The Veteran's Path to Home, Navigating the Journey from Homelessness to Home Ownership, was approved by the state IDFPR. And it was also approved to be a 3-hour course because I wrote it. But when I taught the pilot class, 3 hours wasn't long enough. You cannot learn what I do as a realtor of 22 years working with homeless veterans in 3 hours. So you got to get the book, read the book. And when I do the class for 6 hours, take the class, because you're always going to have questions. People always do. How do you house homeless veterans? Homeless veterans don't have anything. They don't have any money. What a homeless veteran has is a stigma, is an X on his or her back because he or she is homeless. But what people don't realize is that veterans have resources. The state, not the state, but the federal government just issued on August the 25th, 2025, $818 million. I want you to see this. $818 million on August 27th. Go to the va.gov and get it yourself and read it. So this money went to 235 organizations across the country to help veterans who are homeless or at risk of being homeless. So as a realtor, how would you help a veteran use this money when these organizations are responsible? And it's 235 organizations. So these organizations are responsible for using a portion of their grants to pay the rent for homeless veterans. So as a realtor, how would you help them use this money for housing? I mean, we as realtors, we move people. We help people get into housing. And when we do that as a realtor, we get a commission. So all of this $818 million. And I've housed veterans from this list here in the Chicagoland area. There are organizations that have been receiving this grant since I've been, well, not all of them. They came maybe a year or two after. But when they did, I was right there helping them too, because they got the money. and they're responsible for helping to find these veterans housing, who do they contact? Trusted people in the community. And why not contact a realtor? Because realtors, who do we talk to? We talk to investors, we talk to property managers, we talk to builders, we talk to groups of investors together. They a conglomerate, some management companies. They would just give me their properties because they knew I had veterans with guaranteed money coming in the door. And that's what investors want. They want the cash flow. And with veterans having guaranteed funds from HUD-VASH, from any of the SSVF organizations, why not house a vet and get paid? People ask me what I do now. I make it real simple. I house homeless veterans and help you do the same and make money doing it. That's it. Nobody's asking anybody to house veterans for free, not when the government is granting 235 organizations over $800 million. And this is just one pool of money. This has nothing to do with HUD-VASH. This is not HUD-VASH money. Altogether, for the fiscal year of 2026, and I'll pull that information off to show you next time we come here back on Monday at 5:15. There's 42.8 billion dollars, but I'm going to get that number right. Last year was $32 billion. This year is either 42 or $48 billion to support our homeless veterans. I've been housing homeless veterans for 22 years and made a six-figure income doing it. Several years, year after year after year, because it's still real estate. It's moving a veteran from homelessness to a home with guaranteed rent, going straight to the landlord. I want to thank you all for being here. I guess I can come over here and see what some of these questions were. And more than likely, I may just put you right back to go get a book. How can local communities get involved? Buy the books and learn. Thank you. The communities can get involved, get the book Finding Home. Their realtors get a realtor's blueprint. If they want to create housing models, get the book A Guide to Veterans Shared Living. They want to do licensed care, they get the book Veteran Care Entrepreneurship. You want to help veterans go into business, get the book Veterans from Boots to Business. You want social workers, you want the social workers to get involved in the community, get the book for social workers and case managers. A whole library. I call it the new encyclopedia for veterans housing. And then we have, this is exactly the information we need. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Danny Jr., and welcome back. And then here, powerful daily roundup. Please keep these coming. I will. It's a commitment. There's one thing I like to do is stay on track. And this is my new on track. Since I'm not out opening doors and showing houses, I'm teaching people what I used to do. I turned 60 this past July, and it's just time to teach. Thank you all for watching. Let us play the outro, and I will see you all Monday, God willing. YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Have an amazing weekend.
Across America, too many of our heroes return home only to face another battle, the fight for stable housing. Veterans are overrepresented in the homeless population, often caught in a system that is complex, slow, and full of barriers. At VetMentors, we're changing that narrative. For over 20 years, we've been boots on the ground, not just identifying the problem, but building real solutions. That's why we created the U.S. Military Veterans Educational and Resource Guidebook series, a groundbreaking collection designed to educate, equip, and empower. These guidebooks are written not only for veterans, but also for the communities, organizations, and leaders who serve them. From step-by-step housing models to funding strategies, this series gives social workers, case managers, realtors, and first responders the tools they need to act with speed, dignity, and impact. VetMentors believes housing is not charity. It's a mission, a responsibility, and a pathway to restoring honor. Every guidebook in this series is a resource designed to make sure no veteran is left behind, and no community has to say, "We didn't know how to help." This is how we turn challenges into victories. I'm Yvette Jones Swanson, Army veteran, CEO of VetMentors LLC, and I invite you to join us in rewriting the story for America's veterans.